Jnana Yoga, we sit in a very radical way. Just sitting is not sitting with an intention or a mantra or watching the breath, but allowing everything to come up. Also sometimes allowing one-pointed concentration to come up, but also allowing some kind of hazy dream states and lots of, let's say, emotions to come up. We allow everything to come up. We don't hold anything back. And it's compromised with watching the breath, and really, through watching the breath, slowly directing it in certain ways. And then practicing the poses with the 7 principles, like rooting and connecting, and also with studying text. So this is a kind of tricky thing to explain, because in the beginning, it seems as if we're saying, okay, so for the spiritual part of us, we'll do sitting, and for the vital body, we'll do breathing, and for the physical body, we'll do asana, and then for the mental body, we'll do study of text, and then each of our bodies will get their nutrition, their special meal, and then we'll be complete yogis. And I think let's say Ken Wilber explains it a little bit that way. And I have to say, it's a little tempting to explain it that way because it sounds very simple. But actually, I don't think it works that way. That's not my experience. Sometimes the breathing leads us to understanding the text amazingly, because somehow something in what happened in the pranayama explains something of the text, and sometimes we read in the text something about the directions of, like we read in this text, Atman is below, Atman is above, Atman is in front, Atman is in back, and suddenly we understand the whole issue of directions and connecting better in the asana practice. And sometimes in just sitting, something is released in such a way that when we practice, we really move in actual practice into a very meditative spot. And so actually in the asana practice, we reach a more wider, emptier state of mind than we did in the sitting. So the sitting is actually in a way kind of like a cleansing, and in the asana practice we without even wanting to find moments of total emptiness. So in that way, I don't think that each practice is for another part of ourselves. We are made up of different layers, but these layers are enmeshed one another. They're not separate. So then working with in different languages, so to speak, because just sitting is a language, studying text is in a language, we address the whole of ourself more wholly. And so the whole somehow widens and grows, and not because we're giving each part its food, each part is developing. That I don't think is the way it works.